Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Rimworld World Fortress the Second. We are still in the early phases of our little base. We just got a bunch of Yorkies last episode who are mysteriously going to disappear, and somehow we're going to get some meat somewhere along the way. Try not to think about it too much if it upsets you. And it does upset me a little bit, but still, we got to do what we got to do to keep going. Got plenty of rice. Wish we had a few more potatoes because we definitely could go and get started on fermenting a little bit more vodka. Hopefully we're not too far away from being able to complete our brewery over here. We do need a fair amount of wood, and I'm not sure that we have much in the way of cactus wood left over on the map here. This little area here, I'm assuming these were not quite mature enough for us to chop, huh? Oh, actually they are. I may have just missed it. Okay. I love the beautiful green jade over here. Just lovely. And I think we have one half-decent artist as well, so we might make some really fancy schmancy statues. And yeah, there actually is a fair amount of wood on the map from our previous cuttings, so I bet you we can set up this brewery soon, which is good, so we can start making some rice mash. So I got to set up, we got a couple places where we can make some sake. Now, we did get some rice mash from one of the shuttle drops, so we are starting to brew our sake. And yeah, 7 to 32 degrees is pretty generous. I had the heater in here just to make sure it doesn't get too cold. Right now it's 16. And yeah, 16. So it is having to work to maintain temperature. So 11 there. So yeah, it's possible that with winter coming, it's funny how cool it is indoors in the mountain too. That's part of the other thing. And then with winter coming, while the temperature is fairly stable in the mountain, it might get below 7 and ruin an entire batch of alcohol, and that would be really bad, considering that you know, our dwarves here will start flipping out pretty aggressively if that becomes the case. Now I'm hoping this is enough brewing places to do that. I want to start. Top priority will be the distilling of the vodka, because that's actually going to be a fairly easy thing to do. And then for now, I'm just going to put in rice mash as a job, because there's not really anything else, and we'll sort of figure things out as we go. I think the distilled vodka can be forever, because if we end up with any undistilled vodka, we just want to convert it all. And for rice mash, we can put a do until X. Now, you can have up to 30 in a barrel, so it feels like we should always have at least 30 and change kicking around so that we can always completely fill a barrel if we can. In fact, we might want to keep 60. That way it's 2 full barrelfuls ready to go. And I feel fairly safe doing that. So that is indeed what we're going to do. And you can see the potatoes are starting to get loaded into there. I guess we just got a potato harvest. Did we though? Some. Looks like there's a slight out of sync going on with some of these crops. But yeah, there we go. A little bit more picking up there. We're going to get some more limestone over here that we'll put into something. Smithing is done. We're not really looking to set up smithing, even though it's very dwarfy and very appropriate. And we might set up a little a little production table for it at some point, but not quite now. You're cooking that. It almost feels, I think I'm going to put back for my my cooking, where I'm going to go back to putting butchering at the top priority. Because, again, last thing we want are our corpses rotting away while we're cooking, say, rice. And the sooner we get the meat, the sooner it opens up more variety of stuff. And in this particular case, the sooner we end up... Let me reset you. Oh, you're going to sleep. The sooner we end up butchering the Yorkies, the less food they will eat. And the sooner we will get to use them up here. And, you know, it's a little dark, but we got to do what we got to do. These rooms are basically done. Let's do a high priority haul on that. Let's get some doors in there. And yeah, we will be using some steel doors. You know, it might help to contain fires even more. Not that you're going to have too much of a fire problem in the mountains, but. And in terms of furniture, I think I will go and make wooden double beds. First of all, it just, I don't know. Or blocks, that's right. That's what it was going to be. I'm going to make, we'll burn through the limestone if we've got it. I'm not sure that we do. Not royal bed, but this. Limestone blocks. We've got enough for 1, and that's it. Well, let's get 1 set up anyway. And then we'll see. Hopefully we can get, I don't know, some stone production going on. We got plenty of rocks kicking around anyway. We do have some sandstone, so there's going to be a bit of a mismatch in some of our blocks, but I don't think it's a big deal. What I could do right here, even though it's slightly ugly, is make a slight zone here. Clear all, make it critical priority for chunks of marble. Try to keep 1 marble chunk there all the time. Downside with this is it is kind of ugly. You know, it might be okay. So if we do get these hauling jobs, for example, the marble, it'll put 1 here before it brings it way outside. And we might want to have a closer stockpile. We could even have like an indoor room full of the stone dumping stockpile. I don't know how much sense it makes, but it is possible. I'm going to tell you guys can just drop it right on the ground as soon as you're done. I mean, I do have the while you're up mod, so it is going to prioritize a certain amount of... Okay, seriously, can you... Oh, it's probably an animal handling job. Hang on. I'm betting butchering of live animals is probably animal handling. There we go. Yep. Boom. Oh, the Yorkie disaster. Still, I'm happy that the butchering is high up because now these guys will go and get butchered ASAP. I don't like that this door is being held open. Not consume. I guess you're going to keep butchering, so I'm hoping you're going to haul this. No? You don't haul. Urgent hauling. Get out of the door because it's leaking our freezer. Don't like that. Thank you. There we go. All right. And then the cleaning will happen again soon as well. Oh, the horrible Yorkie butchering of 5,500. Still a little bit of meat. I don't think we get much. We do get a little fur as well. Now, I think we're still a little far from truly starting... You know, we get a surprising amount of meat. What was that, about 25? That's more than I thought. I mean, you do need a fair amount of meat chunks to make each meal, but I'm surprisingly impressed here. A sad wander. He's probably sad because we just killed a bunch of little cute little dogs. Poor little lacrids over here. Barracks isn't going to help either, but we're going to see what we can do, bud. I promise you, we're working on it. And maybe not quickly, but we are working on it. Do I want to keep the tunnel going this way? I mean, I guess? Almost feels like we could just put houses here, but this is end up being a little more narrow than it really needs to. I suppose I could break up the tunnel pattern. That would be okay. Because yeah, it's not necessarily space efficient to have the tunnels the way they are. Whereas if we do something like this, you know, that makes a lot more sense. And then there, like that. That's going to be okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, having all straight tunnels all the time can get kind of boring, so we don't want to keep that going forever. Done and done. I'm still okay with having the stockpile outside. I mean, we really do want to move inside here because it'll minimize some of the walking time, if nothing else. And occasionally some wild critters like rats might come over and eat something that we don't want you to do. Rice mash should be disabled over here. First of all, well, yeah, we'll disable all food. And I will disable drugs from here. Even though plenty of the drugs don't have to be refrigerated. Never mind. This doesn't include the mashes. Does it? I mean, there's wort. I don't know if all those counts as wort. And turn off herbal meds over here as well. So the herbal meds are something else that can go bad. We got some starvation. Do we, though? Is it someone who just flipped out? Because we've got meals, right? Yeah, we got tons of meals. And we're being raided. Okay. So this is going to be the first real attack. That's a lot of people. We're actually outnumbered. Now, luckily, it is only tribal, so they're not going to be armored, and a lot of them are going to be melee. And Lacrids is currently flipping out, which is not great. So we're going to wake everyone up. We're going to get them to come right over here. Oh, actually, I'm going to do that, and then we'll close in a little bit more. And yeah, it's going to be a big, giant melee mess. Where are you going? Well, I'm happy you're splitting up, actually. Okay, charge this guy. He's got a bow. Thump, 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 thump. Yeah, no, I don't think our people will sort of chase down by default. Okay, you guys go and surround that one, and you guys go and surround this one. Actually, no, surround this one with the melee weapon. Okay, you're going to be trying to stand back and shoot. So we don't want that. Okay, they're fleeing. I don't think we're going to bother chasing these guys down. Were they coming over to smash some walls or something? I suppose that's possible. We need to strip these guys before we finish off. Can you come over here and strip? We're not capturing anyone. We'd have a hard time, we'd have a hard time recruiting them anyway. Who's got a melee skill of 6? Oh, you. You're hurt, though. Is there someone else? 7. Oh, you're flipping out. Literally just the one option. And you're resting right now. I guess we'll have to... Tell you what, I'm just going to recruit you. You're instead going to go and beat him to death. Oh, this guy's still alive. Strip. And... melee attack to death. There we go. And you're dead? You're dead. Do this. I'm going to say unforbid everything. Done and done. And I'm actually going to put a pretty high priority haul on this. We'll get the bodies out of the way before they start rotting. We don't have any burial places yet. But that's okay. And when we do set up the clothing industry, we do have the ability to disassemble clothing and get some material back. So the dead man's clothing isn't terrible in terms of kickstarting our clothing industry, but I don't think we're going to have to rush. I don't know. I guess I may as well strip this guy down. Come over here. Just in case. Doesn't take much time to do it. So we'll do that. Okay. And yeah, over here, we're not really going to get much in the way of vision of rotting bodies most of the time, so I think it's going to be okay, although clearly we do have to bury them at some point. I suppose we can build a little burial over here. It's not too far away, so when people want to go and, like, mourn these people who attacked us for some reason, they wouldn't have to travel far. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. How's this bed? Oh, it's a good quality bed. Well, that's nice. No one's using it right now because, you know, people are still have these things. So we'll just go ahead and deconstruct one of those. I don't think anyone's coupled off yet. Seriously, with the starvation. Oh, yeah, it is just Lacrids who's just flipping out. So he'll have food once we finish. Making the liquor over here. Making the rice mash. Excellent. Waiting for things to be distilled. We could probably build a few more of those barrels. I mean, God knows we're going to need more liquor more faster. Extreme break risk. It's just Lacrid, though. He'll be probably fine after he eats. Because he's going to have the catharsis. He was just super starving. And yeah, he's going to be fine. Still letting us know about the break risk because he's here. But he's working his way over here. Or she is. Yeah, and then go and have a nap. You're going to be all right. Now, presumably you have been treated. Indeed. Just some cracks, bruises. There was one cut. But I think you got treated in time. So you're not going to get any infections. Which is nice to see. Fully healed. Excellent. We'll get that hauled out of there. And limestone beds. So yeah, we don't have an escape pod. Who are you? What's your stuff? Hearing loss, bad back. These are all really, really, really bad. Really, really, really bad. Rodical, you're gonna come here. You're gonna strip this person down, and then you're gonna finish them off. I'm hoping it doesn't like give us a. It's not an innocent prisoner or anything like that, so. It should be okay. Excellent. You're going to carry that in. No bad moodlet? Someone was executed. I guess. Still, it's only a -5. Could have just let them bleed to death out there. I don't know what it would have done modifier-wise for us. I don't know if it would have been really bad or perfectly fine or what. Yeah, so we will get the grave set up at some point. But yeah, that was not going to be a good addition. I was sort of hoping to pick up someone. I was just going to try to rescue them as opposed to capture them and hope they joined us organically. Because, again, our ability to convince people to join is going to be a little bit low. We will start doing some amount of sucking up soon, but not yet. So someone is going to sleep over there. Yeah, Raymar. Excellent. Sleep there. Yeah, getting some more of this will be nice. I could just queue up a bunch of these double beds. Again, we're mostly waiting for the bricks or the blocks. We still have the deconstruction job over here and here for getting a lot more blocks. People are fairly busy. I mean, you're one of our constructors and you're always here. Who else do we have that's a constructor and what are you doing? Yeah, McMiner. Rodical, who was just sort of napping a bit. You're doing hauling. Oh, right. I do have hauling as a 2 priority. Which I generally do like. I mean, this is a lot of stuff to bring in. Actually may have overdone it at this point with some of these resources. I don't know. Prioritizing the haul is pretty good. We're going to come down on the rice, though, because the rice does require a lot of work to maintain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the zone entirely for now. And this one here, too, actually. Let me keep those going for a little bit. We're going to set up some other growing areas. In particular, we can start growing like heal roots and things. I don't know if we'll have the skill. Cotton, yeah. Tea, coffee would be nice, but hold on. I want to get the heal root. Yeah, it looks like we do have the skill, which is nice. We'll get some coffee going on. That was right here. Anything else we want to rush? Well, the smoke leaf, again, like a nice source of money, even if we don't use it ourselves. So let's do that. We can also make clothing out of flax. I don't think there's much of a reason to do one versus the other. Now, I mean, we could grow other crops for making... we could grow other crops for making... I don't know, other types of drugs, other types of food, maybe, you know, like cocoa and stuff. Or other types of alcohol, so hops, sugar, for example. But, I mean, we can, I mean, variety will be fun later on, but we don't strictly need that, and it might make our life easier not to have to mess around with that. Sugarcane plant has a skill 7. I wonder if it's, like, better. I mean, certainly the cocoa and the sugarcane lets us make a variety of sweets. Last game, we ended up, producing a lot of cocoa without having the right tech to make like choco milk and various things like that. I think we will wait on the sweets production. Certainly we're going to want to do that at some point, but for now, I'm just going to cut back on the amount of work that our planter has to do. Although, you know, this is still pretty substantial. Oh, let me switch out of rice and into corn. That means we are not going to be producing sake after a bit. Corn grows slower, but has really good yield, so it's less work overall for a lot of food. Okay, grapes are starting to be produced, and burying people is a super high priority. Oh. Don't store that stuff there. I think I had made it sort of a more generic little stockpile at some point, but we don't want that. You still have room over there, which is good, so things are going to get moved over. Excellent. A bit more busy work to have to do that, but that's okay. Make sure we've got plenty of room over here for this. So food making, liquor making, we're going to be very happy with. And yeah, we can probably go and add some more barrels at some point. Need warm clothes soon. Yeah, we aren't going to have that. We have a cooled room over here. But we'll need some heaters. A vent over here probably makes a lot of sense. And we'll also have a heater over here, too. And for power, obviously we're going to need to run up a lot here. And structure, smooth wall. We're going to want to make sure to have this stuff smoothed over here so we can run power all up around our base as we continue to expand. Grab those two, make sure they're out of the way. Research will still happen from time to time. And yeah, stone blocks. So yeah, that was a big harvest. There won't be as much harvesting to do during the winter, of course. And we did trim back on this job a little bit, which I think is going to be good. How are our trees coming? 65%. Okay, that's good. So we will get a consistent source of wood. And yeah, I mean, it hasn't rained or anything. It's definitely doing the desert thing, like... It's been very dry, which I don't know if it makes as much, you know, thematic sense to grow a type of tree versus another type of tree, but the weather and the growth patterns of the plants aren't simulated quite that much. It feels almost like we should like have to drill into a groundwater well here, you know, get that going on. I'm going to go and just put a high priority haul on that just to make sure this gets done super ASAP, because I would hate for any of that stuff to rot. We're a little low on storage space, but I think we can probably still stack a fair amount in here. Okay, more meals, and yeah, if we can get auto doors, but we have to get our we do have to get our guns up first. Although the guns without walls, no, I mean it's fine for the first few raids. A couple of naked guns is certainly going to do a good number by itself, but getting our walls and getting our traps set up would also be excellent and very nice. I'm assuming we still have plenty of steel, and it appears that we do. So I was wondering, like, should I dig out any of these things right now? But I don't think so. We can keep doing this. Heck, there's a chance we will find steel as we continue to go. That would be nice, because we got a big chunk of it here. I think that's one of the reasons we really have the giant surplus of steel is from digging out this whole area. So that's going to hold us for a good long time. All right, you got that. Now, we could make someone really crafting focused, in particular Radical over here. Like, we could consider turning off your construct. I think I will turn off your mining. I think it's important for you to still construct. And I guess for the hauling here, I'm going to bring you down to a base 3 hauling. You still do a little bit of cleaning, which is a nice little twitch. So now you construct and then craft. And that's basically what you're always going to do. You're always going to be constructing and crafting in that order. Now, that does include smoothing these walls, which... well, someone's got to do it. We only have 3 people who have any passion for constructing. And you know what? One of the things that's nice about this, it is a hell of a good way to grind up your construction skill. Because you can't really fail or be punished for, you know, on your wall smoothing. It's just getting it smooth. Meanwhile, you're getting a skill up that's going to apply to really nice furniture later on. And that pays off hugely. Having, like, a high-skilled person that consistently makes good or better furniture is so nice. I mean, you save a little bit of material, both from not failing and also from not having to redo the bed, say, over and over and over again. Did I end up with this thing again? This little schmutz of something I don't want over there? And then, yeah, you just end up with such, like, blissfully happy people from having such high-quality, like, sleeping quarters and whatnot. It's definitely important. But we also need some blocks. Please. And once we start smoothing the floor, that's going to be another giant amount of busy work that, I mean, that's going to be very important. The rooms are... smoothing the wall looks nice. I think smoothing the wall is like the most important thing for making it look nice to the players, but smoothing the floor is the most important thing, I think, from the like the actual citizens, the pawns over here point of view. Meals, 74, we're good there. Tons of raw food, ludicrous amounts of raw food. Like, food problems are definitely a thing of the past. We might want to expand this room. Now, keeping it cool might be a little tricky in the long run, but it probably is worth expanding a scooch. I think a diagonal there would be okay, but just in the interest of keeping slightly thicker walls, I think I'm going to do that. We don't want to impinge on the hallway over here, but that's a fair amount more space. We're actually keeping some rice in our animal, like our corpse dumping area. Just, it's overflowing. All right, microelectronic basics. Benches, that's our comms console. You know, we might end up keeping the storage out here forever. And it'll be convenient for, like, people who dump stuff. I think we will set up an orbital trade beacon over here and leave this storage area. I'm kind of okay with it. And in terms of the comms console, do we just want to build it? Oh, that's the research lab. That's going to get replaced with the big one later on. Let's just do this. I don't know what that's going to mean for the packing in this room, but, you know, who cares? We'll figure it out. We don't need a chair there because it's not somewhere where people spend that much time sitting. So it's going to be okay. Boom, 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 boom. Things are going to get constructed. But yeah, getting this up is going to be good. Oh, we need to run power over there. Let's run it. I think that'll probably reach if we start there. Right behind the graves. And I'm assuming this will get power because we're just running power right through here. So that should be well within range, I think. Okay, getting built quickly, digging out a little bit more space, and then we'll have to expand the stockpile, of course. It feels like our miners, their skill must be pretty good at this point. Yeah, no, not monstrous. It just feels like this digging is going really fast. I know I'm on speed 3, but it still feels like sometimes it takes so long. You know, I'm probably thinking about how long it takes to dig, like, metal and stuff like that, which does take a lot longer. Plasteel in particular is just brutal. So we're just going to go ahead and extend out the stockpile to there, so we have more storage for food, because there was still some sitting over here, which is kind of poopy. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's likely we're going to have to trim back our farming even more because there's a lot going on. Just keep stealing a little bit of potato and corn for other specialty crops as we go. I don't even know if these crops will finish growing in time, but we'll give it our best. Playing more horseshoes. Excellent. We're probably due for an attack. I guess we had one not that long ago. Again, we're playing on Phoebe Chillax, which is good because, I mean, again, we clearly haven't had time to set up any defenses. Did we get any weapons? No, these are primitives. I mean, we got bows if we want some ranged weapons, technically, but I don't trust them to be good enough to replace our dependable silver maces. Food poisoning from a simple meal. Womp womp. Let's get this stuff out of there. Slowing us down, it looks ugly, making our people miserable. I mean, things have been pretty clean here. It's probably just a low skill thing. I don't know. Rice, potatoes, and Yorkshire Terrier meat. Sounds like a delicious meal, even if it is a little bit on the disturbing side. Is this terrier steak? It is. I mean, I don't know how big of a like fillet you're gonna get out of a terrier, but oh, those poor puppies. Well, at least they're not feeling any pain now. All right, coming along, coming along. Yeah, so I'm gonna pre-set up like marble beds. We clearly don't have the material for it. But this will be the idea, is to set up a bunch of that stuff. And so, yeah, it's just the question of, well, I mean, I know you're sleeping right now, but Rodical, like, do we just turn off your construction? It doesn't leave us with a lot, but I actually think I am going to do that. Rodical, we're going to do it. We're going to hope that between Wark and Miner, luckily Miner is just like research. He's going to construct and then research. And maybe this is the best way to do things. And just get Rodical to focus on some crafting, which is just rock cutting right now, which is a shame because you're so good at crafting, but at the same time, it's a great way to grind up the crafting skill all the way up to a 20. If you're golden, you're what, 15 at this point? 17! That's really good crafting. Yeah, we need to get... It's funny that you decide to walk through the desk here as the fastest possible route. I mean, I don't know. Fair enough, sure. All right. Let's get rid of that and that right away. Digging out these little one tile wide tunnels tends to leave a lot of these so little rocks here like that. Boom, boom. And I mean, I can put maybe a generic haul on some of these others. We'll probably do a high priority haul as well, but I'll focus with the things in the hallway first because they're guaranteed to slow people down pretty brutally. We have to walk fairly far to do the dump, but I don't really want to change that. Major break risk. What's up, Lackards? Decent barracks, someone was executed, ugly environment, disturbed sleep, sleeping on the ground, worn out apparel. Yeah, once you get your own barracks, that'll be good. I'm wondering if we should actually swap. How am I going to do that? I'm going to set owner, unassign you. I'm going to set Lackards to have, like, the bed for now. So Lackards seems to have a bit of a harder time. Do you actually have, what's your deal? Sandra's psychically hypersensitive? No, you're not, like, more likely to break. I mean, Sandra certainly sucks, but... Couldn't roll for, like, perfect things. I didn't want to. I wanted, you know, quote-unquote, interesting people who are gonna cause trouble. But yeah. But yeah. We've got a psychopath, don't we? I think we've got a psychopath. Rice mash has rotted away. See... I'm gonna do put a high priority haul over here. No, you're happy to be here. Oh, alcohol precursor. I totally missed that line. Do not store alcohol precursor over here. There it is. Cancel. Haul. There we go. Move this stuff away. Please and thank you. Totally missed that option last time. I knew it was in there, and it was just like, I know I can't see it, but... It's a whole category for it. Someone please haul that right away. I know there's a bunch of urgent hauling jobs. Oh, you're carrying your steaks, which is nice. Can I get you to, no empty spot. Do you not, oh. You don't accept alcohol precursor. There we go. Done and done. So that'll get moved over here now. Still not used to all the alcohol building, options over here in terms of where things get stored because the mod has its own category. It's not wort. Everything's a little odd. Still in the vodka. How are we doing on drinks? It's starting to run lower. Although these things are coming along fairly well. Finished, yeah. They just need to be emptied. Now, I believe for my gunsmithing. Now that's really tempting. For hauling, I do have like take product out of fermenter as like #1 priorities here. So that should get done fairly quickly. I'm very tempted to set up gunsmithing. I know they're not going to be great ones. Is it a machining? guns and mechanoid corpses. I know they're not going to be great guns early on, but they'll still be something. And we'll plan to have... oh, can you not make them out of stone? Well, someone can. Because these are granite. But it's not. It wasn't giving me the option to do it. Maybe I can't. Still, yeah, we'll set up some steel chairs because that's the way we were rolling here. Get that going over there, and if we can start producing just shotguns or something, they're not going to be very good guns early on, but a bunch of shotguns would do pretty well. I don't know if that's going to be one of the ones on the list. Even survival rifles. They don't do a ton of damage, but they have long range and decent accuracy. Could open up our hunting possibilities, not that there's anything to hunt. I got an iguana again. I think that's a rat buzzing around over there. Seems to be about it. So we'll probably have the manager like auto-assign things to hunt whenever they come on the screen, because it'll be a lot easier to catch them. Anything that's not going to be explosive or dangerous. There we go. That's popping out. I knew that would happen fairly quickly. These will get now reloaded fairly quickly, which is good because we do have the rice mash. Again, we have enough to fill up both. We have two things set up to do the sake. Now, I did have them stopping to produce rice, so at some point we will no longer be producing sake. We'll be switching over. I believe the corn makes whiskey, so we will be doing that. Just some corn whiskey. More of a, I don't know, bourbon type thing, or just a non malt type thing. Like typically there's a divide between sort of blended and single malts, but there's a possibility to do a blended malt, which is not going to be a corn alcohol based thing, I believe, in most places. But anyway, some type of whiskey is what we're going to end up with. Doom. Beds at some point will get made. Yeah, I'll keep queuing up these marble double beds. Oh. I thought that was going to get dug out, but I guess not. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so... Remar. No, not Remar. Who? Radical. What are you up to? Right. Oh, no, okay, you actually are making blocks. I was going to say, are you just hauling stuff? I mean, I do have them still set to do high-priority haul jobs, which I'm okay with. Everyone's always going to be enabled for high-priority hauls. But there we go. So you're doing that. You actually drop the block there, which is a little bit funky. But someone else will pick it up at some point. Yeah, you just keep grabbing stuff from there, from wherever's close. I love it. I'm happy with it. Excellent. You know what I just realized? I probably would have wanted to put a door here, and that should be one step up, but you can't move these once they're built, which is kind of annoying. Maybe we'll just go ahead and make offset doors. That's going to be okay. I'm going to dig out here so I don't forget to do it. But yeah, we'll do some sort of... hold on. Cancel. We'll put it here. I know it's not going to be centered, but that way we can still ensure fairly dense packing with however much we fit in over here. So deal with it. And now might be the time to start popping open this other area here, because we're basically done these digging jobs. Nice to see some more compacted steel over here. Very good. We'll put a little haul there. Ideally, you know, something get put there. Got some visitors again. Excellent. So with the, I think, negotiation. You're really bad. We might put work on it, assuming you don't have a bad trait. No, you're okay. So we'll turn it on. So work's at least going to try to talk to them, maybe suck up a little bit. And what we're going to look for is someone with really high social skills to recruit. Are you? Hold on. Oh, there's also green. That's what our first recruit's going to be, is to try to get someone with really high social skills. So right now we're just going to talk to people, try to make sure they have a decent time. That's going to be okay. And we'll have someone who can recruit more people, including prisoners or whatever. I guess we are getting our marble blocks here. So the bed's good. The bedroom is awful. Not terribly bad at a 0 as opposed to a negative. But yeah, if we can smooth the floors out, that will do a big number. I'm not gonna queue up any smooth floor jobs right now. So we got 2 unowned. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clear a couple over here. So as they get built, we'll go. So we're still gonna need 1 more bedroom because that's only 6. Well, I guess the last bedroom will be over here now that I think about it. No, I was on the right tab. Furniture. Right there. Excellent. Radical's making the blocks. Good. I'm happy that things are starting to progress. So we're having a few chit-chats over here. I think it is still just those 3 people, right? I think that was it. Clear this out. Hopefully we get someone who's good at social at some point. And yeah, smoothing out these floors will be a lovely task, but we got too many other things going on right now. I don't want to add more construction, especially with basically only 2 people enabled for construction right now. Okay, so machining table. Let me pause a second because we've got an event, but I want to look over here. We will put disassemble mechanoids as like the first task, just in case, you know, it comes up, tear them apart, get some material. Right, we can make helmets and stuff. Advanced helmet needs a bunch of components, right? And yeah, components and plasteel. Helmets, though, like we definitely need helmets to exist. They still take a fair amount of material to make. Basically, we want to do until... We always want to have one simple helmet in storage. We only count things that have more than 50% hit points and aren't the absolute worst quality. We only count those. So if we end up with really crummy helmets, we don't consider them to be part of our stock. You also make armor vests, and it's going to be the same sort of thing. Let me go into the details over here. Do until X, where X is 1, and only count things with... I mean, it doesn't actually have to be exact or anything. In fact, we actually might want to set the filter a little higher. We don't want to count something that's about to like decay to miserableness, so we'll do that and that. That's probably more important than a gun. Bolt action rifle, right, I kept calling it survival rifle, but it's this, and pump shotguns. The rifles are probably better, both for, well, the range shot is really nice. Let's go and see, we're going to try to make 3 of them. I think. I don't know how many good shots we've got. We probably want to check on that. I know we've got a bunch of people with 0 shooting. We got 1, 2. Yeah, so we've really got 2 good shots, and we've got another like halfway decent option over here. So 3 guns for us to build isn't bad. They want a bunch of compost starter. Yeah, we'll have to get that started here. I think we can turn corpses into compost. Is it here? Oh, it's at the crematorium, I think. I think the compost starter, like we need dirt. I think probably the compost heap. You put the compost starter in the compost heap, and the compost heap makes dirt over time, and then we can do things with that. I'll put in a do until X and a do until X, and we'll figure something out. We'll have it available so that when we set up other things. Aaron is incapacitated, wounded, 10 days, maybe dangerous. I've never gone for one of these. Just reaching that actually would be incredibly tricksy because that's all mountain. 2.7 days. That's not terrible, but we don't have any body armor. We don't have any ranged weapons, although I'd be willing to put up with that. I think the lack of any armor yet means there's just too good a chance we'll send someone out there and they'll just die, you know, before they can get medical attention or anything like that. So that sounds pretty bad. We do have to put a cut in this video. This has gone on fairly long here. More unknown beds. We have set green 3 times in a row. Wah, wah. Let's go and cancel another one of those. I think everyone's got beds. If we do that, I'm not really keeping count, and that's about to get built, so yeah, we're gonna be okay. All right, well, we're gonna put a cut in this video. I'm still relatively pleased. We had a bit of a dicey time there at the end of episode 1 and into episode 2, but food-wise, we've bounced back. Alcohol has gone up a fair bit. I don't know if we're actually making enough output to keep pace with all of our drunks right now, but I suspect we might be. As long as we don't run out of the input material, we may be doing okay with just the 6 barrels. But I would like more for safety, and also for the ability to sell, because liquor sells fairly well, and if we have a huge stockpile of excess liquor, shipping that off to, you know, past buying, I don't know, pirates or something like that might be a really good way for us to make some cash. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you guys next time.